he would be unbelievable in today's game because he could switch 1 to 5. And so guy come off the pick and you got the 1, he's moving his feet. And if you throw the lob, he's going back to still try to contest the lob. I've never seen a player that could double in the pick and roll and get back to his man on the roll and still block the shot. He was the most unique athlete in terms of instinct. Yeah. Like, he just knew when to leave. He knew when to stay. He knew when to come. I know you're a great defensive player, and that's why I kind of watch certain things that you do on the pick and roll. And it's imagine if you were 6'10" and your athleticism was Blake Griffin. That was Hakeem. Now, how many people were scoring you? How many? That's him.
Jesus.
And, all the other teams I played for, the one common denominator was great big men. Think about Shaq, Tim Duncan. Mm-hmm. And if you say right now, name the top 5 big men, I played with 3 of them.
Who's who? You played with 3 of them?
Well, Dream's number 1 by far.
He was drafted before Michael Jordan. And no one blinks. No one uttered an insulting syllable towards the Houston Rockets for grabbing Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. No one has ever said a word.
Olajuwon, he was in the top 10 in 5 categories: steals, rebounds, block shots, scoring, and shooting percentage. To have a big guy of his size to be in the top 10 in steals. Now, you can assume that he would be in blocks, which to me shows versatility of what type of guy he really was.
Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon has been in the news a lot lately, mainly for the fact that he helped create the monster that is Victor Wembanyama, who is currently dominating the modern NBA with his massive leap forward this past offseason. But what's important to keep in mind is that long before Hakeem was creating monsters, he was the monster. If you're unfamiliar with Olajuwon's game, then you need to know that he was one of the most complete centers in the history of the league. For goodness sake, the man was drafted before Michael Jordan, and absolutely nobody in Houston regrets it. He likely had the greatest footwork of any player to ever play this game. He's in the argument for the greatest defender of all time. He's one of only 3 players to win MVP and DPOY in the same season. He's the all-time leader in blocked shots. He has the highest career steals per game average of any center in league history. He was an elite rebounder, a marvelous mid-range shooter, and he's ranked 16th on the NBA's all-time scoring list. He's a 2-time champion, a 2-time Finals MVP, and is the only player in NBA history to win back-to-back championships without having a single supporting All-Star on either of those teams. The list of impressive all-around accolades goes on and on, but one of the accomplishments that perfectly sums up his game is the fact that Hakeem is one of only 4 players in NBA history to achieve the illustrious quadruple-double. It happened on March 29, 1990, in a blowout victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. On the night, Hakeem had 18 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and 11 blocks. Now that's already insane, but what's truly crazy is how Olajuwon nearly had a second quadruple-double just 3 weeks earlier. On March 3, 1990, in a blowout victory over the Warriors, Hakeem had 29 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals, and 11 blocks on 52% shooting from the field. This wasn't just a couple of random nights where Hakeem had otherworldly performances, but rather they were a couple of highlights from one of the most locked-in months that a superstar player has ever experienced. Between those 2 quadruple-double type performances, which was only a 3-week spread, Hakeem had 5 games where he had at least 8 blocked shots, 2 games with at least 20 rebounds, and 5 games with at least 4 steals. Between February 15th and March 29th of the 1990 season, Hakeem had a stretch that even his prodigy, Victor Wembanyama, would have a hard time achieving. Over that 22-game stretch, he averaged an utterly insane 25.7 points, 15.6 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 2.7 steals, and 6 blocks on 47.5% shooting. Every bit of that production was desperately needed for his squad, because at the beginning of that stretch, the Rockets were only the 10th seed in the Western Conference. But by the end of that stretch, where he got his quadruple-double performance, they had moved up to the 8th seed, which is ultimately the spot where they finished their regular season, as he successfully dragged his Rockets into the playoffs. At the end of the day, this was one of the greatest carry jobs in league history. But at the same time, this isn't even the most famous carry job of his legendary career, as he would have that several years into the future, as he led his team to multiple championships as the lone all-star. Now listen, I understand getting hyped at some of the incredible stat lines that we're seeing in this modern NBA. Trust me, I get hyped about them too. But sometimes, I think we're too quick to act like they're the sort of performances that we've never seen before, when in reality, the mentors of those stars did things just like that before these modern guys had even been born. So what do you guys think? Was Hakeem Olajuwon the most complete big man that the game of basketball has ever seen? Or was it maybe someone decades before him? Or maybe even someone in the league today? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members as always. I'll never stop being grateful for how you guys support this channel. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.